Hi everyone. We are coming to a very beautiful parsha again. As we know, last week's parsha is a beautiful parsha. As we spoke about it, all talking about Avraham Avinu. And we're coming to this week's parsha, also a beautiful parsha, all speaking about Avraham Avinu, concluding the parsha with a great story of Akedat Yitzchak, the test number 10 with Avraham Avinu. As everyone will look inside the book this week and see all these beautiful stories and beautiful lessons that we have in this week's parsha. Especially this week's parsha is also the Shabbos before the birth of the Rebbe Rashab. As we know the story, it's also very connected, this week's parsha, with a famous story with the Rebbe Rashab. He was crying to his grandfather, why does Hashem reveal himself to him like to Avraham Avinu? Let's not get into all the stories. There's a lot in this week's parsha, but we like to keep it very short, just for a few minutes. So just one short and beautiful lesson that we learned from this week's parsha, and this is the beginning of this week's parsha. So we'll learn the beginning in the parsha that Hashem comes to visit Avraham after his circumcision, after the bris. And as Rashi says, Levaker Sachile came to visit him because after the bris you called healed, you're now well. So God came to visit him. With a lot of details of the story that we're not going to get into it right now. Just one message. When the Torah tells us about Hashem visiting Avram, the Torah says like this: Vayera Hashem Elav. Literally, what does it mean? Hashem revealed himself to him. Why doesn't the Torah say Hashem revealed himself to Avram like in any other time that Hashem speaks to Avram or to other righteous people and so on and so forth? Always says to whom. Sometimes one say who reveals himself. We know that's Hashem. But that's also a question many times. But here, Hashem reveals himself. Big story, but it doesn't say that he revealed himself to Abraham. It says he revealed himself, a love to him. Yes, we understand. We know we're talking about Avraham Avinu. But this is itself a big message we can learn. But the message we're learning from this, as we know whatever Hashem does is a lesson to us we should do. As the Gemara tells us, Hashem visits the sick, we should learn from him to visit the sick. Hashem does gmilos chasadim. Whatever Hashem does, we have to learn from him. This is why Hashem does it. So the message of this parsha is again to us. Hashem visiting Avram is a message to us. We should do also the mitzvah of Bikur Cholim. And any other mitzvahs that comes to us, we have to do like Hashem does, but we have to do the same thing. In the mitzvah that Hashem does, it teaches us a lesson. And that's the lesson he says. Hashem revealed himself to him. You know why he says he revealed himself to him? Because if we would say he revealed himself to Avram, we would say maybe this is not a lesson for me. Hashem comes to visit Avram, great righteous man, holy man, Avram Avinu himself, big mitzvah. But is there a mitzvah also to go see someone that is not like Avram Avinu? A simple person, not such a great person? Is there a mitzvah there too? Hashem says, learn from me. When I say I visit Avram, I didn't say I visit Avram. I visit him. The message I'm telling you, Hashem says, when it comes to visit another Jew, when it comes to do mitzvah to another Jew, it's irrelevant who he is. It could be Avram, it could be him. It makes no difference. You have opportunity helping a Jew. You have opportunity doing a mitzvah with another Jew. Just do it. Don't look how great he is, especially is. How many ranks he has. It's irrelevant. Well, this is the beautiful message Hashem tells us. When you're doing a mitzvah of visiting someone, you're doing a mitzvah of achnas sorchim, when you're doing a mitzvah, any other mitzvah, don't look who that person is and what rank does he have. He's a Jew. Do achnas sorchim. Do bikur cholim, etc., etc. Beautiful lesson Hashem teaches me. And this is so hard for us. Many times we like to do a mitzvah, but I pick and choose to whom. That's important. Maybe to this one it's not so important. Hashem says no. It's irrelevant. Irrelevant is you should go visit. You should go do a mitzvah. Whoever that person is. Just want to conclude with a story. Famous story of the Rabbi Avraham Ibn Ezra, one of the great Rishonim, great commentaries on the Torah from Avraham Ibn Ezra, Rabbi Avraham Ibn Ezra. His story, as we know, Avraham was, beginning of his life, for many years at the beginning of his life, very poor. From him comes the line that he said that if I would sell coffins, people would stop dying, because he was a great holy man, but in Parnassa, he really had a very time, a real pauper. But he still would travel around and do what he's got to do as a great man. So when a great man like this, but nobody knows about him because he's a pauper, comes to a city, who's going to invite him? So he used to have always this poor people invite a poor person to his house for Shabbos. But time passed by, and he became very famous, very known. So he started traveling again, as before. But now it's different. He had a chariot with horses, with a coachman, with servants, a whole ambiance traveling with him. He comes back to the same city, so now he gets invited by the rich guy of the city for Shabbos. Rabbi Messege, tell me about it. The Rabbi Messege says, no, thank you for the invitation, we shall see you. And comes Shabbos, and he's waiting for the great rabbi to come to his house. He's not there. But yes, who is there? The coachman came, the servants came, they all came to his house with the chariot, with the horses. Everybody comes to his house. But the rabbi himself is not there. Finally, the next day after Shabbos, this rich fellow comes to Rabbi Naftali and says, I invited you, you sent me your servants, but I invited you. So he tells him, sorry, I went to my old host, this poor fellow that always invites me. You never invited me. The reason you invited me now is not because of me, because my name is Avram. You invited me because of the ambiance around me. My horses, my chariot, my servants. That's what you invited me for. So you know what? I send you all this. That's what you want. Here, you got it. But me as a person, I went to that fellow that invited me before as a Jew, as a person, as a simple person. Me, myself, I didn't change. And this brings us that great lesson to learn. And this is what Hashem teaches us in this expansion. It's not about who the person needs to do a mitzvah. It's about you have to do it. When you bring in a guest to your house, when you go to a mitzvah to help someone, it's irrelevant who that person is. It's a person, it's a Jew, help him out. That's what Hashem teaches us. I think it's a beautiful lesson for me and you and all of us together. Have a great, beautiful Shabbos.